Thank you for joining me on Inspirational Thursday. And today's topic is going to be about investments. When making investments, do you think about relationships, buying a property, a business adventure? Investing in relationships can be kind of tricky. It has its pros and cons. So let's say, for example, like if one of your relatives wanted to borrow money and you give them the loan, and months go by, and you don't get a return back. You'll ask them for the money back that you lent them, and they act like you owe them something. So that can be a bad investment. But you wouldn't think that a relative, would do something like that. But it happens all the time. This kind of investment can make you stop and think before you invest in any other relationship, especially when it comes to finances, because it can set you on fire spiritually, mentally. When purchasing a property, especially if you're a first-time buyer, it can be very exciting. But if we don't know what comes along with buying a property, especially if you're new home buyers and you're clueless, it's always good to do investigating about, how much the mortgage is going to be, what's the tax is going to be like, what kind of repairs did the house need to be done, which before you buy the property, you have to get like an inspection done and make sure that they don't have like any termites or anything like that. And it can be a good investment because you can pass your property down to your family, like your kids, or you can either use it as a rental property. And to make sure it's in your budget, because I don't know if you remember back in 2010 when we had that like downfall, when a lot of people lost their homes and jobs. I mean, it was a whole mess. So when buying a property for the first time, or even not even for the first time, do your homework because that's what I did when I bought my property. I did my homework, even though it was my first time, I wanted to make for sure that the property was right for me and my son and daughter. It took me like a whole year, but it was worth it because I purchased a beautiful home with an in-ground pool. I mean, it was gorgeous. And then I wound up selling it 8 years later because it was like a lot for me to keep up with the maintenance. And, it was just me and my son because my daughter was leaving, to go off to college, so I didn't need that much space. But I was grateful for it, and I learned a lot through that whole experience. Investing in businesses. There are many types of businesses that people invest in, and a lot of people have lost a lot of money because you have like a lot of companies that try to take people money that's not generally real about what they're trying to do. As far as helping you invest in whatever kind of business you're trying to invest in. I don't know if you know that they have like these different events that happen all around the states each year, and they can be different trainings about how to invest in maybe like a online business or a book publishing company, which the book publishing company I can relate to because the publishing company I was with, I spent a lot of money investing in my book and marketing, and the company took a lot of my money. They didn't do everything that they said they was going to do. They put a hold on a lot of my work. So from that experience, I'm just taking it, as a learning experience for me, so I can help others, especially those in the book publishing company, but also businesses as well too. Just giving my knowledge and from my insight and from my experience, how important it is to think like, okay, should I invest in this business adventure? What is the long term goal in this? Am I going to be passionate about this? Is it worth me paying this out of my pocket? So that's just different things that you can think about before investing in a business adventure. So I hope that everything that I share with each one of you about different investments, even though it's just so many of them, I'll be on here for like an hour, but I wouldn't even go there because I know we live in a fast-paced world, and I like to just keep things simple and straight to the point. So I just wanted to just thank each one of you for joining me on this inspirational Thursday, and I'll talk to you next Thursday. Have a blessed one.